Hello, this is Zoe Tant, the Tantalising Stamper, and today I'm here to show you how to do a watercolour wash in a really easy way as part of the Totally Techniques December 2024 blog hop. So, first of all, I'm using the Kiss of Texture stamp set and Sweetly Scripted, and this is an online exclusive which will be live in January 2025, and this is an online exclusive that is currently on the last chance list. So if you fall in love with this one, now's the time to get it. It's some great sentiments, and they've all got these extra little swirly bits, so they're quite nice for across cards and cover most events in the year. Okay, so I've got a piece of white card, and I'm just using ordinary white card, and I'm going to use a clear block. You can use any size, and I've got some Stampin' Right markers, and I've also got a Stampin' spritzer with just a little bit of water in it, and I've got a selection of the different pinks and purples, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia and Bubble Bath. I'm going to start by adding ink to my block using these markers, and just, you may not see it showing ever so well because obviously this is a really pale pink, and I'm starting with the pink so that I don't then colour over purples and get that ink on my Bubble Bath pen. Then we'll go with the Fresh Freesia, and I can see roughly on the block where it's gone. So I'm going round in circles in the hope that it leaves plenty of ink. These are pale colours. You could do it with all sorts of colours, really. It doesn't matter. You could do a set of blues, or you could mix and match. And then the final one is Highland Heather. I'm just going to turn it around so that I can fill in the gaps. And if they overlap a little bit, as you go darker, it doesn't matter, and it won't affect your pens or the ink on the block. So hopefully you can just about see some of that colour on there. Then I'm going to hold it. I'm just going to move this out of the way because I don't want to get everything wet. In fact, I'll actually move my paper out of the way. And I'm just going to spritz it, but I'm going to spritz it quite well. Get a bit of kitchen towel just to dry that off. Put my mat back down, and then I'm going to bring in my piece of card, and I'm going to turn it over and put that down, and you'll see the card will suck up the paper. I'm going to give it a push and let it lift off, then take it away, and there you get your watercolour wash effect. So a really simple way of doing it, and as I said before, you can mix and match several colours. Now that one, I need to let it dry. Obviously it is wet because it's just ordinary card and it's water. So you might want to take a heat tool to it, dry it gently on a radiator and come back to it. I'm actually going to use this one, which I did earlier, and I actually used Blushing Bride on this one, which is a retired colour, and Fresh Freesia, and then the Highland Heather. So I've got that, and then I've got my stamp from Kiss of Texture, which is this lovely, I'm not quite sure, I guess a peony, a rose. You could make it what you want to with some berries. And I'm just going to take an even darker shade of purple. I've got Gorgeous Grape, and this one I did earlier in preparation, and I'm just going to stamp that on my ink like so. Okay, this is a really gorgeous design. And then I'm going to take one of my Stylish Shapes dies, and this is a set of dies that has various shapes that layer, so you can see those there. I've got some banners, squares and circles. I'm taking almost the largest one, and I'm going to use the die to cut around the flower like that. Okay, so I'll be back in a moment. There we go. There's my circle, and it's just really pretty. You can leave it like that. You could add a little bit of extra colour on the berries if you wanted to, but this is such a beautiful image. On this occasion, I'm going to leave it like this. And then I've got a Highland Heather card base, and I've got some Highland Heather DSP from the Subtles pack of regular DSP 6x6s, and a piece of gorgeous grape card that I prepped earlier. So this is a metric card base, and then I've cut a piece of DSP that at the moment is the same width as my card, so 10.5 centimeters, and then my piece of card there is 10.5 centimeters, and I'm thinking of this sort of design and putting this somewhere. But first of all, I think this flower design is so pretty, I'm going to add it a little bit more, and I'm going to pop the design around like this. Just to add a little more background detail without bulk. So we might just pop one up there, because much of that will disappear, but it just shows the continuing pattern, hopefully. And then I'm going to put that out of the way. I've also got I mentioned the Sweetly Scripted. This time I'm using Happy Birthday. So this won't all fit in across my card because I've done it in portrait. But if you did it in landscape, it would quite happily, as you can see, go across the card. But I'm actually doing tone on tone to stamp onto this strip that I've cut. That's a couple of centimetres wide, so about 3/4 of an inch, to get that on there, like so. Then we can pop this all together. So the question now is, do I want this all the way across, or do I want to trim it? No, I think I'm going to leave it all the way. So if I get some seal, pop that, cover that. I'm going to pop that over here like this, and if it goes over the edge, that's okay, because I can trim it afterwards. Although if I do this flat, it will probably be a lot easier, and so it is. There we go. And then this I'm going to raise on some sticky pads. Put some of these across the back. I love these mini dimensionals, although on this I probably would be better with the larger size, but this will work okay. And get another one there. And we'll get the backings off. I love this hook as well. Just makes these so much easier, and it contains them as you peel them off. This is part of the Pick a Tool add-on set. So I'm going to pop that on there. So I think we'll take it down so we get all of that design. But this extra band just stops it looking like the paper's just stopped. And then this, I'm thinking I might add up here. Yeah, I think so. We're sort of stuck with that way now, I think, really. Let's get a pair of scissors. Cut some larger pieces. Now, because this got wet, it curled a little bit. So you might want to put on a little bit more than you might normally. I'm putting it on where it's curled a little bit. I'll put a few around the edge as well, just to even it out, I think. Hopefully that will work. We can get rid of those extra bits. See, this little tool works just as well on these as well, which is great. There we go. Then we could just tuck that in a little bit. So we put that up there. Isn't that pretty? So we can also add a few gems. These are from the Purple Fine Shimmer gems. And I'm just going to turn this around, get the point. Now, where should we put them in? Do we want the darker purple? I think we probably do. Let's start off with a small one and see how we go. Let's put one up there. And a larger one with it, maybe. That little dip there. We could pop one under here, I think. Maybe a couple of small ones. It's always nice to have odd numbers, so I've got, what, 4. So where else can we go? Up there, maybe. There we go. So that's our card. So this was really simple. It's given that nice watercolour wash look, and really set off the image with a little bit of detail. And I've made 3 others that I prepared earlier. So again, you can see the same design. I just stamped directly onto my white card. And I've left it. I've added my sentiment and a little baker's twine bow. And then on this one, I've used a fresh freesia card base. And again, I've added a bow. I've added some iridescent sequins, the flower stamping in the background. So it makes them all very pretty and lovely cards. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. Do take a look at everyone else on the Totally Techniques blog hop, get some different ideas. And from the 7th of January, you'll be able to see these designs in the online exclusives. And remember that from the 7th of January, we'll have our Celebration promotion, where for every £55 you spend, you'll be able to choose a free gift. And who doesn't like a freebie? Okay, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.